Hey, I'm resident of Colorado for YouTube. Joel Sains. That's my buddy Alan Gallant. That's my buddy Patrick McCray. We are here to review For Your Eyes Only. We are continuing our Bond movie reviews. This movie was directed by John Glenn, screenplay by Richard Maybaum and Michael G. Wilson, based on For Your Eyes Only by Rusica, by Ian Fleming, produced by Albert R. Broccoli. Roger Moore is back again. Carol Bouquet.
It
She.
was actually, I believe it was O'Connor. Mm.
Oh my God.
That's where the cigar came from. Okay.
Yeah, it says
Wondering.
music by Bill Conti. Release dates June 24th, 1981, United Kingdom. June 26th, 1981, United States. Budget 28 million. Box office 195.3 million. Yes, this made
This,
a lot. No, that
for me, this was the first of the great, not that it had a lot of competition at the time, but it was the first of the great 1980s summer blockbuster summers.
It,
You know,
yeah, it was. I
uh,
mean, we're still in the early period of American blockbusters anyway.
yeah,
It starts in the late 70s and goes on from there.
it, but at this point, Alan, for me, it's almost like they became branded. And each summer was obviously different, but it really did have kind of a different personality from the other. The main one would be the next year, 1982. And one of the things that I suggest every once in a while is that we spend a week or two looking at 1982 because of what a year it was. And of course 1984 was great also, with Where the Boys Are. 1984 starring Lynn Holly Johnson. But beyond that, um 1981 had this, had Escape from New York, and it had oh gosh, it had Superman 2, and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Here's a lost ark. Yeah.
I mean, to think that you could go to a theater and see all of those in a single day, new, that's a hell of a bounty. Hollywood was
Yep.
really doing something right.
Yep. And you're right about 84 because that was
Oh
my
my
first
god.
year working summer stock, and
Uh-huh.
there was a drive-in theater about 10 miles from where I was working, and
What
we
a perfect
oh yeah,
time.
I remember seeing Temple of Doom there, and we saw several
Sure. And
movies.
that was the I think that was really the earliest of the major summer releases. But my God, 1984. Jewel, boy, I wish you had been there. You know, at your age now, because you could have gotten me into some movies I wasn't able to get into.
Right.
But seriously, you had Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You had uh, you had Gremlins. You had Ghostbusters. You had Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. You had Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh
Uh,
God, yes. I
yeah,
didn't see that in '84. I saw it the next year.
it,
Um,
it just
yeah.
kept. You had Conan the Destroyer, I think, was that year.
Yes, it would have been the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was before Conan the Reasonable, which was the one I liked.
Conan, the
Conan the
dude,
Motivator,
Conan the Satisfied.
Conan the Satisfied. My friend Jewel, did you say? I don't know if you saw this. It didn't make a lot of money because it was screenplay by Wally Shawn, but it was Conan, King of Bemused Resignation.
Inconceivable.
So it was a hell of a time. 82 technically holds the crown for the summer with the great movies that changed everything. But personally, 1984 is real close to my heart.
cool.
The '80s was really when the blockbuster came into its full fruition. I think
Yeah,
because they had a plan. They really had a plan, and
they
they were
did.
producing some really good movies.
They did. So much so that 85 was a tremendous letdown because
Mhm.
you just couldn't match it.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, 81, 82, 84, just a lot.
If it were a person, Joel, we would say that no one can match him.
Yeah.
No, no
Yeah.
hitman can catch him for his $1 million skill.
Well, you also had that singer Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop,
Yeah, we just
uh,
mentioned Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The Karate Kid. So you had a lot of movies come out. Let's see. Gremlins came out. Let's see what else. I'm looking. Oh, Footloose, Police Academy. So a lot. So the top, you said Star Trek Through the Search for Spock, Romancing the Stone. So let's see,
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. So no, that didn't come out that year. I think that came out the following year. But yeah,
Why
You mentioned
Friday the 13th Part 4.
when did
mhm,
Blade Runner come out?
82.
82.
me too.
Yeah, there was a documentary that was done, you see on Netflix, about 1982, about the movies in 1982. But a friend of mine also just published a book about the movies of 1982, and he said over the summer there were 5 movies that changed everything. And so I put it to you, what were those 5 movies
God.
of 82,
There you
1982?
go.
We
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, boom.
Obviously. When did My Dinner with Andre come out?
That was like 81. That was like 80 or 81.
Yeah.
But God, that was a hell of a movie. I really love that movie.
That's hell of a movie. Loved it. Changed my life a little bit when I watched it.
The funny thing is, it has the reputation of the quintessence of pretentiousness, and 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 if it gets near that, it's because it's commenting on it,
Right.
not being it.
Right.
But yeah, so you had Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, you had Blade Runner, you had E.T., you had Poltergeist.
E.T. I saw that in the theaters too.
Yeah, you had Poltergeist, and I think maybe Conan the Barbarian.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe.
You also had 48 Hours.
Oh, in 82? Yeah. Well, no, yeah, that was 83.
Mm,
Yep, trust me. I
okay.
think. Look it up.
I don't know when I'm getting the list out.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me when Trading Places took. What year was
Trading
that?
Place was 83.
83.
Okay,
Yeah.
48 Hours, 1982.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It took forever to reach England. It took 2 years for it to reach England. Because when I went over there, the subways were full of ads for it. And the ad, it was the Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy poster, except Eddie Murphy's giving the finger to the camera.
Oh, I thought he was giving it to Nick Nolte.
No, he wasn't. He's like looking at and it's really Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see, An Officer and a Gentleman,
uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Tootsie, Porky's. You guys mentioned The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas,
That's a good movie.
Annie.
Actually.
Megaforce.
Let's see here.
Megaforce, Jewel. Megaforce.
See the remake of Cat People.
Yeah.
See
Victor Victoria,
Victor
which was
Victoria.
a spring release.
Yes. Let's see, June. Cultures. We mentioned those ones. Firefox, Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Oh,
Firefox.
The Thing came out
Yep,
in
The Thing.
1982.
I think The Thing was the last movie. It wasn't Conan the Barbarian. It was The Thing.
The Thing came out in June. In June. So there is that. Let's see.
Interesting time for a movie about Arctic winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tron also came out. That
Tron,
same.
great,
Let's
fine
see.
movie. They did a lot with limited special effects in that movie. I mean, basically.
They were so revolutionary though, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
Yeah.
the James Bond conversation. But
Yeah.
they were we talked a lot about Bond. They were they were so revolutionary that I never thought of them as limited. I just
Well,
thought, my
it was
God, this is stuff I've never seen.
it was it's true, but what they did was they created some of the special effects were created optically, so
Yes.
that they didn't have to go back in and do every single cell or whatnot. So it was cleverly done. That's what I mean by I shouldn't have said limited. I should have said creatively efficient is what
Yes,
I get.
yes.
Very
Well,
efficiently done that way.
it's a very pure movie,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I
And
enjoy the movie a lot, and none of the sequels have come really close to it in my estimation. Although the first one wasn't too bad.
I didn't finish the
I
first
haven't even
one.
seen the Jared Leto one. I don't
I
really.
I didn't get
Like
near
him.
trying testes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I I have a lot of feelings about that movie because talk to boy, this was a really formative summer for me in terms of being a moviegoer because I
Yeah.
was separated from movies during all of June and part of July. My mother was taking the bar, and so I was forced to go to this weird Christian Science summer camp, even though I wasn't a Christian Scientist. I think largely run by, or I don't know. I would say that a number of the people there, maybe not the people who were running it.
The Anti-Masturbation League, right?
Well, thank God there was. I had no idea what that was. I was like 11 or something. I had no
Yeah.
idea. But but they seem to have some of the older campers there, and maybe it bled into the counselors. I don't know. I don't know. They had some unsavory interests. So I'll just say that.
Okay.
And that much repression is gonna
That's
bleed
true.
out somewhere. And so I was trapped there uh, with a copy of the Groucho letters and the Golden Turkey Awards as my only defense.
Oh,
And I
that's
and I
not so
memorized
bad.
both of them. I memorized both of them. You
Groucho letters
know,
in particular. That's a good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I came out to talking about Fred Allen. I, you know what
Everybody's going,
11-year-old
who's
in
Fred Allen?
1982 is talking about Fred Allen.
Yeah.
And I had no because these guys weren't on TV or anything, so I
Yeah.
had no idea who they were. But
Just
by God, I knew every word they wrote Groucho. Anyway,
right.
so I knew these movies were coming out. I've been following them in Starlog, and it was
Mhm.
driving me crazy. My father finally showed up and rescued me when they let me out.
Awesome.
And the first thing we did was we went and saw Tron. But it was
Right.
one of those summers where you just unfurled the newspaper and he said we can go see any movie you want.
Yeah. Love
And
those days, man. Love those days.
I who could choose?
Yeah.
Who could choose?
Yeah.
I'm just glad it
Al-
wasn't Megaforce.
Also, Fast Times at Ridgemont High came
Oh my
out.
God.
First Blood, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So there were a lot of movies.
When was First Blood released? What time of year?
First Blood was
I think
released
it was a Christmas release.
It was released in October,
October. Okay.
but it was a Christmas. It's set around Christmas. So
Yes, and it probably ran in some theaters until nearly Christmas.
Oh no, it did. My father and I went and saw it Christmas
Yeah.
Day
Oh, there you go.
that year. It was still playing,
Mhm.
second run.
Yep.
one of my favorite westerns, The Man from Snowy River,
Yep. It's an
uh,
excellent movie.
Creep Show, Alone in the Dark. Let's see, Slumber Party Massacre. Let's see.
Creep Show is tacky good. I love
It
it.
Yes,
I
is, and
love
it's
it.
meant to be.
The
Yes, it
Verdict.
is.
The Verdict. Let's see,
The Verdict is a brilliant film.
yes,
Absolutely brilliant film. It's an actor's film. It's really good.
yes.
I saw that year, and I was a kid. And I liked it.
Yeah.
And the last notable film, Tootsie. And there you go.
Oh my God! It just goes on and on.
So, for Your Eyes Only came out in 81. What else came out in 81?
Okay, this is it. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders.
Superman 2.
Man 2.
Escape from New York.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that one before, and I'd forgotten that was 81.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that summer was just magical. I mean, my God, and because half of the movies you saw that summer were Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you were like, you just kept going back to see it again and again,
Yeah.
and it has a connection. And Joel asked you if you know what it is. It has a connection to The Spy Who Loved Me, a very profound connection to The Spy Who Loved Me.
What's that?
The Nazi base where the
Yeah.
submarines are. That's the inside of the Liparis. That's
Yes.
that's using, I think,
That's
some of the same scenery, maybe
Yes, I think
from
they
at least
did.
some of the mechanics
Yeah.
from for your Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah.
The top 10 films. Okay, you guys mentioned Raiders of the Lost Ark, On
Mhm.
Golden Pond,
Yeah.
Superman
That was
2,
hardcore.
Arthur, Stripes,
Sure.
The Cannonball Run, Chariots of Fire, For Your Eyes Only is number 8. The Four Seasons, Time Bandits are the top 10.
The Cannonball Run movies were the last gasp for the Rat Pack.
That's right. That's right. And God, what? Hold on, wait. Run that, run that list by me again. What do we have?
Okay, so you had Raiders of the Lost Ark was
Great
number
movie.
1. Number 2 on Golden Pond.
That was the number 2 moneymaker.
Rank, yes.
Isn't that amazing?
It
That
is
such a
amazing.
mature movie
It is.
in the middle of all of this special effects chaos.
It's a mature movie that was also extracted from a Broadway play.
Yeah.
Which
And
I
they
ended
found a
up
win-
doing in summer stock. I played of all people, I played Bill Ray, the guy that's coming in from out of town, instead of playing like Charlie, the guy with the accent.
Was that the Dabney Coleman part?
Yes, that was the Dabney Coleman.
Okay.
Bill Ray.
Henry Fonda won an Oscar for best actor.
Yep.
Superman 2 is number 3 for box office gross. Number 4 is Arthur. Number 5 is Stripes. Number 6 is The Cannonball Run. Number 7 is Chariots of Fire. 8 is For Your Eyes Only. 9 is The Four Seasons, and 10 is Time Bandits.
Time Bandits is a movie I really am supposed to like more than I do. And there's just something so kind of ugly and cold and depressing about the ending of it.
Yeah, and I kind of lump it into the same category with Brazil, but I like Brazil way more.
Yeah, the whole Brazilian thing just left me feeling bare. But I can wax on that another time.
Ooh, wax
yeah,
Wayne.
wax on, wax off. I'll tell you the movie in there that I really like, 2 of them. And Joel, this is one I almost suggested to you this week, was Stripes. And Stripes was filmed in my hometown, and like a block away from where I was going to school. And that was great. That was really cool. And a friend of mine at the beginning, when Bill Murray's loading the cab, he's a stand-up comedian, Andrew Miller, and he's got the red vest on, running across the street, and he wore a red vest so people would see him. Cool. I'm just saying.
Cool.
The Stripes is an unsung script too. It's really a lot of fun. It knows what it is, but it's really well constructed.
It is well constructed. And Warren Oates has never been better.
It's true.
For me, honestly, it's his movie.
It is, and seeing Warren Oates in a less than absolute stone cold drama, which was kind of his specialty. I mean, he was the guy that did the Dillinger film and
sure.
All of that stuff, and to have him do his shtick in a comedy was pretty.
He's
cool.
Very funny.
Yes.
I mean, and it's nice because for a part where he has to yell a lot, he seems completely relaxed.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy in the farce that doesn't know he's in the farce. Of course, all characters don't know they're in a farce, but he's the one that really doesn't know he's in a farce.
It's a great part for him, and it was maybe one of the last parts he played.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think it was among the last parts that he played.
But that was great. And then there's another movie in there that has vanished along with the director's and that's Alan Alda.
Yes.
And The Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons, yeah.
Which I guess got a remake recently, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. A while back.
Which I guess is fine, but was it theatrically released or was it just cable or something?
It was theatrical released.
Joel, that depressed sound in your voice is exactly how I feel about a remake of it.
There are other films from 1981. Mad Max 2, anyone?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Personal favorite of mine as a kid, The Fox and the Hound. Let's see, For Your Eyes Only.
That was 81?
Yep. The Great Muppet Caper. An American Werewolf in London. Das Boat.
Wow.
Halloween 2, obviously.
Pretty good year.
Excalibur.
Yes.
History of the World Part 1. I mentioned movies we didn't mention. So, Body Heat, Clash of the Titans, The Evil Dead,
Yes, the beginning.
Absence of Malice, Friday the 13th Part 2, The Postman Always Runs Twice, which I mentioned that one, Thief, which is a really good movie, uh, Looney Tunes, The Howling, my personal favorite werewolf movie, Taps,
You
Fort.
mentioned
Taps is a
American
great
Werewolf
movie.
in London, right?
No, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I also mentioned The Howling.
Yeah, The Howling's great. Yeah.
Scanners, The Four Seasons,
God.
Outland.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Nighthawks, My Bloody Valentine, great movie, great slasher. Reds, Heavy Metal,
Oh my God.
Escape
Yeah,
to
this
Vic,
is insane. I went to see Heavy Metal at the drive-in too. I think
Escape
I
to
was loaded when I saw it too because I knew it was going to be, kind of cool to watch loaded. So
Yeah.
Escape to Victory, The Fun House, which is a pretty cool slasher, Dragon Slayer, Neighbors, Southern Comfort, Ragtime, Wolfen.
Neighbors.
Um, I have
Jewel,
the
Jewel, can I make a suggestion to you?
sure.
I would rename. I'm being totally serious. Rename this podcast "Memories of Early '80s Cinema" or
the
something.
early '80s. Yeah, we should talk about For Your Eyes Only another time, maybe.
Like a different, yeah, because we've gone so
we'll
long, and I'm
talk-
Or we
enjoying
could-
this talk.
Or just it will be a long podcast and we just
It's
don't
good.
talk about it
Well, I
until
got
the
this
second
thing
half
for
hour.
I got this thing for 3 hours, so we're okay.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. We'll get to the movie here in a minute. But yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of 19 Death Hunt, by the way. Yes, My Dinner with Andre, you guys mentioned. So yeah, there's a lot of movies from 1981. I'm trying to get to ones that are more notable, but that's not notable. Rich and Famous, Enter the Ninja. Let's see. No.
Those martial artists are always entering things.
Yes,
Ninjas,
Enter the Dragon.
dragons, and
Yeah.
do the ninjas and dragons give their consent? I don't think so.
Entering
No,
Beverly,
no.
Massachusetts.
No.
Irene Ryan entering
So-
Irene Ryan was
Okay, so guys, when
terrifying.
did you first see For Your Eyes Only, Alan?
I did not see it in 1981 because when it came out, I was working in the outdoors. So it wasn't long. Maybe it was when the VHS release happened.
Yeah.
Whenever that happened, I probably saw it then.
Uh-huh.
So probably a couple of years later, like 83, 84, somewhere around
Yeah. Patrick, when did you first see this bad boy?
I saw it its first Saturday in the theaters.
No.
So whenever that was, did it come out in June or July?
Hold on. It came out in June 26th.
Yeah. This was I'd seen Spy Love Me in the theaters, and then I saw Moonraker, and it was good, but it wasn't, I think, as good as Spy Love Me. But at this point, I had finally gotten really steeped in the idea of Bond as ritual, and I at age 10,
there.
I strode into the theaters a seasoned uh, Bond aficionado, and it was the first of those that I got to do that with. It was the first Bond movie that kind of sat that way with me, and I thought it was fantastic. I felt so mature because now I could put it against the other two, which were so fantastic, and kind of see what was. I mean, by comparison, practically John le Carré.
Yeah, this movie is a return to the more serious adventure stuff, and
I mean, it's practically from Rush with Love.
To the ritual that you mentioned is returning to that ritualized. We're going to Saint Tropez, then we're going to Switzerland, and then we're doing instead of floating around in a shuttlecraft or whatever.
And you have a very urbane, real world, very Fleming villain.
Oh yeah, and you also don't know fully on first view who the real villain is.
Yeah.
It might be Topol, the smoker's tooth polish.
Right,
You just don't know.
Topol, but it turns out Topol's the cool guy.
Topol,
he doesn't
Topol's
smuggle
always
dope.
cool.
He only smuggles everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Rules of the universe. Topol's always cool.
Yeah,
Topol's always the good guy. I
yeah.
don't care if he's the bad guy. He's the good guy.
He's the good guy.
God, I
yeah.
love Topol. I really do. I'm
That's a
Topol,
great
man.
scene, by the way, in the movie where he negotiates with Bond, an alliance with Bond.
Yes.
It's really great. That's a really cool scene.
He's I don't know why Hollywood didn't put the pinch on him for more stuff.
Yes,
Maybe it's political. I don't know.
it might have been, or it might have been that they already had Tony Quinn to play Greeks and of course Topol isn't Greek, he's Jewish, but he could play those roles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course Fiddler, he was huge. He
Yeah.
played Fiddler forever.
Just imagine in Flash Gordon, we get Topol and Brian Blessed. How the hell did the screen contain that?
Yes, the edge of the screen went boing like it does when the Grinch's heart grows, and that
Yes.
magnifying glass.
I mean, that's a movie with such a wild cast that it makes Richard O'Brien look like the normative figure.
Easily.
Well,
I mean, Topol is great in this movie because of his theatricality.
Yeah.
His passion comes through, and you really start to root for him after you figure out, he's on Bond's side, and Bond's going to be on his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another movie he's noted for, Dr. Hans Zargoff, Flash Gordon.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, how explosive he was in that movie along with Brian Blessed. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, he's been on a lot of things here.
Munson.
And the real villain, Julian, what's his last name?
Glover.
Right. Is still acting as far as I know. He's 90.
Well, he's the bad guy for QED.
Right. And he was also in Game of Thrones for a number of years, playing the doddering old advisor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's
a bad guy in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah, that's right. He is. Absolutely.
Yes, for this movie, Ian Fleming wrote the original story for Your Eyes Only as an episode of the canceled James Bond television series at CBS in 1958. Eon Productions originally intended to produce For Your Eyes Only, The Spy Who Loved Me. However, after the success of Star Wars in 1977, the producers decided to produce Moonraker instead.
Yeah.
Moonraker was successful, yet was very expensive to produce, and shortly afterwards, United Artists suffered a major financial flop with Michael Cimino's Heaven's Gate. This, along with the early 1980s recession, required For Your Eyes Only to have a lower budget. You couldn't tell. But
can I say one thing about Heaven's Gate?
Sure.
It has received much more critical praise in the years since.
Yeah.
It is a hugely long film in its original
format. Yeah.
But it was also deliberately killed by the studios by entertainment media. It was deliberately killed.
Well, yeah, that crazy cut that they subjected it to, was made it feel longer, even though it was shorter.
Yeah.
It's the same thing they did to Once Upon a Time in America.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Some films are meant to be epic, and they should be left alone. They're rare and few between, but if its script warrants it, the acting warrants it, the milieu warrants it, they should be left alone. And I think, having seen, these films that were trashed and so on, I tend to have a better, longer view on a lot of them. Not all of them, but on a lot of them.
For Your Eyes Only marked a change in the makeup of the production crew. The previous series directors Terrence Young, Guy Hamilton, Lewis Gilbert, and Peter Hunt were unavailable to direct because the studio could not afford to hire them, and John Glenn was promoted from his duties as a film editor to director.
And well done.
Yep, a position he would occupy for 4 subsequent films. Glenn brought on much of his second unit direction team from The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker, including cinematographer Alan Hume. The transition in directors and lower budget resulted in a harder edged directorial style with less emphasis on gadgetry. Yes, you can really tell that in this movie too. Really good. So, guys, I think the underwater sequences are done better here than in previous ones. I love the underwater
Very
sequences
good.
in this one.
Yeah.
Also love the fact this is also a revenge plot for the female character too.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you do get though you don't get a lot of gadgets, you get really cool car chase sequence. You get really good cinematography and fighting. Uh, the the heels are much more dangerous because, as you guys mentioned, when you watch this, you don't know who the heel is.
Yeah.
Not until well into the movie, but you do know who the assassins are and all the
Yeah.
the physically dangerous characters. So you always have somebody who's a sterling villain, even when the head villain, is it him? Is it him? That sort of thing. But yeah, absolutely. And you also have mountain climbing and the best alpine sequence in terms of scenery in any of the Bond films, in my opinion. This is gorgeous scenery.
And there's some disturbing stuff in the movie too.
Yes.
Which I'm not saying shouldn't be there, but we should certainly note it and commune with it for a moment. For one thing, her father is it Electra? Is that the name of the heroine?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Let me see.
The bouquet, the
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Her father looks disturbingly like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, her name is Melina.
Okay, and then you got Lynn Holly Johnson running around, which I forget, Your Honor, I forget how young she is in this.
Well, she looks to be about 16.
Yeah, and one of the reasons was I was I was 10,
Yeah.
and so she was an older woman. And I had no idea kind of the weird social role that played.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to, go with, okay, Bond is getting a little older. He's not
yes.
he's not that indiscriminate though,
Well, he doesn't sleep with her in the movie.
No, he doesn't even attempt to. It's like, no, 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 no. He's totally morally correct.
Either that or
he isn't, but he is.
Yeah, yeah. Either that or the proper material from Q Branch has not yet been sent. I can only imagine. I tried convincing people that Desmond Llewellyn had a torrid affair with her
Yeah.
on the set, but anyway, yeah, I remain a big fan of her because she is kind of coarse and unnuanced.
She's like a teenager that's not shy at all.
No, she isn't, and you could not get away with that in a movie now. It's one of the most this is finally a movie where Bond has the Me Too claim.
Right. But he protects himself from the Me Too claim.
Yeah. Well, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ice cream line got a big laugh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Epstein-looking father is wacky, especially on the heels of when she first shows up. How it seems like every fisherman, even from a distance of hundreds of feet, seems to know exactly who she is and starts waving enthusiastically. Yeah. If I were her father, I would be very concerned.
Yes.
What are you guys looking at? On? Why are you staring at my daughter? Knock it off.
Yeah.
And Joel, that goes for you too.
I want all of your journals now.
That's Lincoln.
I love the execution of her mother and father because that's what drives this movie too.
Of course. It has to happen. It's the inciting action that drives, well, at least for her character. better.
Yeah.
You know,
I've wanted to say that about the parents of many women I've dated. Uh,
I love
I
to
had-
execute
haven't
these.
lucked out. Oh my God,
Hmm.
he's a machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole white dove thing too is really clever because it's like, okay, who is the white dove? It's like
right,
it's an organization in a
right.
sense, and it's like, is this basically going to be the new Spectre? That's sort of when you watch this, it's the question you're asking.
Yeah.
And it's really well done too. I love how Bond just takes the freaking computer thing, he just chucks it like, here, none of us have it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great, this is a wonderful ending.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he goes détente, It's like, oh yeah, this is the era of détente. This is this is what's happened. It starts a little bit with Nixon, but it really comes into full flower in the 80s.
I like that Google's a little more corrupt in this movie.
Uh,
Google's got an edge of some sleaze in
yeah,
this. He just wants to look good,
yeah,
Uh,
which is nice. And kind of semi moment of silence. I think this is our first Bond film without Bernard Lee.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
yes, I believe you're correct.
yeah, Robert Brown. I think he's
Yeah,
not the minister, but I think it was Robert Brown. I think plays the next
still
M.
got Dez in there, but no, no,
Well, he's playing Q,
yeah.
but
But I mean, for
they
familiar ones, we've got Dez and we've got Moneypenny still, and those are
yeah.
that are left.
Who plays the second M? And does that come in Octopussy?
I'm not sure.
They keep the minister around. The minister found a gig.
Yeah, yeah.
He's duly employed. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Michael.
However you can make a living, that's how you make a living.
Yeah.
Robert Brown,
Yeah.
and then Judy Dench,
Sure.
and then finally Ray Fiennes.
Yes.
And Ray Fiennes is wonderful as well. I really
He
enjoyed
is
it.
good.
I thought Judy Dench she's different. She's contained and she's dead serious. She's
Yeah.
not poking fun at anything.
Oh, I go back and watch.
Yep.
She actually she has a pretty good sense of humor about some
Yeah,
stuff.
but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't. She's like a mausoleum or anything, but
No,
she's dead serious about the
her
work.
M has the greatest. One of the things I really like about Judy Dench's M, which is what we called it back in acting school. But no, seriously, one of the things I really like about Judy Dench's M is that she shows the greatest range of relationship with Bond.
Yeah,
And I'm very sorry that well, I don't think they should have gotten rid of Pierce Brosnan when they did. That was a stupid move inspired by Batman Begins, where suddenly everybody had to be a teenager. It happened to Star Trek,
right.
it happened to this.
Sure,
Sorry,
sure.
Lincoln. And so I resent that. But it would have been so nice to have seen Pierce be the recipient of
Yeah,
that relationship.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think he only gets one movie with her, right?
No, he gets all of his movies with her. So that's four. I think it was four movies. It's a it's a
Yeah,
Goldeneye.
Yeah.
she lasts a long time. She's a
Okay.
Bart Never Dies,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Die Another Day, which is a terrible movie. God,
Yeah.
wow,
That I'm going to defend.
really? I can't wait.
Yes, really.
That's fine, Joel. I'm glad you are. I want to hear something
Uh,
good about it. I want to be
uh,
converted. I mean, don't call
oh,
a moil, but yeah.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, Charles Dance appears as Klaus. Great actor. Great actor.
Yes. Also,
Uh,
Charles Dance, of course, is also in Game of Thrones. So
One of his best villain performances is actually in Last Action Hero. He does a
yeah,
really mean villain in that
yeah,
movie. But yeah, he's known for villains, I think, more so
yeah.
than he's actually in Dracula Untold, I think, or yeah, Untold. Yeah,
He occasionally plays like a person of power and means that isn't a villain, but yeah, he does really well with villains.
yeah, yeah. Did you guys know Renee Auberjonois voiced a character in Soul Reaver 2.
No, was not aware of
Yeah,
Ranez.
he voiced a vampire that had his heart ripped out, which was really cool. But he voiced in that game. So,
Cool.
what's some of you guys' favorite scenes in this movie?
Well, I'd mentioned before the scene where the negotiation takes place and the alliance is made is a great scene. It's one of my favorites, more intimate scenes from Bond ever. Just because the actors who are doing it are really doing a great job with it, and you can see the affection and the respect that sort of is happening even before they're sure of each other. It's cool, the choices that they made in that scene. So that's, I mean, obviously the adventure scenes are great. I think that the alpine scenes are stunning.
Yeah.
The
Really, climbing stuff, the diving. I mean, this movie really has,
and it has
the whole range of altitude.
And they didn't scrimp on any of it either.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Just because it's a straighter Bond movie doesn't mean that they're gonna, cut corners.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I didn't miss the gadgets. I really didn't. Not in this movie at all. Which is
no. I mean, the movie is the gadget.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. For those wondering, Bernard Lee died of cancer on June 16th, 1981. Mm-hmm. So that's why he could not reprise his role as a
correct.
Let's see, filming production of For Your Eyes Only began on 2nd September 1980 in North Sea, with 3 days shooting exterior scenes with the St. George's. Although the previous film had been shot almost entirely outside of the United Kingdom, the new Conservative Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's tax cuts allowed the shot to return to Britain. The interiors were shot later in Pinewood Studios, as well as the ship's explosion, which was done with a miniature in Pinewood's tank. That's awesome.
Thatcher's sort of in the movie.
She is. Yeah. She's at the very end of the movie, and it's pretty clear that the writers and the producers and the director don't really care about respecting her at all.
No. Oh, Mr. Bond. Yeah.
They gave her. Let's give her a parrot to talk to. That's.
Oh my god! Yeah, the parrot.
Parrot's great. I love parrots anyway, but we used to have an attraction down here in South Florida called Parrot Jungle, which is still kind of exists, but it's more of a holistic zoo attraction now instead of just like tons of birds. That place was great. Back in the 90s, you could still go there. It had been there since the 30s.
No, wait, what was this place?
Parrot Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Really cool place to go.
It's seasonal. I mean, I love parrots in the summer when they sizzle. But you love parrots every moment.
That's right. Parrots every moment down in South Florida. Absolutely. And monkeys.
Oh, my God. Well, Tennessee is the only state in the country where you can buy and sell monkeys.
Oh.
And I got a plan. For this. And it's going to be baby pictures. It's Planet of the Apes themed baby pictures.
Oh, God.
And you get a melted Statue of Liberty and a sandbox with some water in it. And you stick the kid in that in a loincloth with a beard, like, a yak hair beard. Babies love them.
Completely surrounded by capuchin monkeys who are.
You just have a chimp. Just have a chimp that you dress up like Cornelius, and you hope it doesn't rip the kid's face off.
That's right.
Yeah, and you let him play and you take pictures for the parents.
Sorry, Bonzo has an erection. We can't use him today.
That's the sort of thing that I wish the Tennessee Valley Fair had more of. It's a pretty horrific event.
Yeah.
But it's the best place to get a colonoscopy. It's 5 tickets, but it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't have $1.25? Come on.
It's $3 if you let the crowd watch when they're in line.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Jewel, that's where we met. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes. I remember you in the crowd. So
you had the Barnabas cane.
Ooh, that's a colonoscopy.
That's, oh my God, no. Poor Abe Vigoda.
Oh my god. What do you guys give this movie scale 1 to 10?
Big old 10.
Yeah.
Big old 10. I gave it a 10.
I'll give it a 10. Why not? I like to conform, and it's true. It deserves it.
Yeah, I give it a 12.
It's certainly the overall production value and script and everything else, and return to the style.
Yes.
It's the finest of the Moore films.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I like several of the other ones for different reasons, but overall, for the whole package, this film is really, really
Now
good.
the next movie is, as I said, for me belongs to Stephen Burkoff, and he's someone worth talking about. If you haven't seen this, have you seen Octopussy in a while?
I have not seen it for probably 30 years.
Oh, you're gonna have a good time with the villain. It's a wow, is it a performance? It's a capital P performance.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
So no videos tomorrow. I'll be celebrating my wedding anniversary.
Cool. Congratulations. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys Saturday for the Quentin Collins discussion. Sunday we're gonna do what is it? Omega Man.
Oh yeah.
And Monday we'll continue the Bond stuff with Octopussy. So guys, enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys Saturday night. God bless and take care.
Awesome.
Okay, sniff wisely.
Yep.
Bye.
Ratchford.